What's up guys, Joel Valley from Media Glitch here, and today I am going to review a handheld retro console that was sent to me by Ann Bernick. If you look on the internet, it's really, people call it the RG350P. That's the model number. Now, there were older model numbers. I've been getting emails for a while to review this console, but I wasn't sold on the design. But now they have the D-pad where I want it, they have the analog sticks where I want it, so I thought this is the time to get it. So I'm gonna do an unboxing real quick, and we're gonna go into the details. Now it comes in a nice iPhone hard case that protects it, which is nice. And this system is slick. It looks so good, guys. And I've seen other reviewers, they had a different harder one, like more like metal looking. But I wasn't digging that. I like this style that I got. It comes with a charge cable, came with some instruction manuals, but man, this thing looks beautiful. The buttons on this thing feel really, really good. I'm very happy with where they put everything. It fits in my hand. What I love about the analog sticks is how high they aren't. I guess that's the best way I could say it. They don't stick up really high. They don't get caught on anything. The D-pad is tight. The back, you have the grip. Now, when I first saw it, I thought, that's probably not going to do very much in my big hands, but it actually sits really well to keep it from falling and damaging, which I really liked. And if you look on the side, you have your power button. You also have on the other side some volume buttons. So those are nice. On the bottom here, you're going to see you have a reset button, basically where the program sits, and your other one is where you load up your ROMs. So it's really easy to load more ROMs on it. You also have a speaker all the way to the right. Now, looking on the other side, you have your L1, L2, R2, R1 buttons. You also have a USB-C port. You have an HDMI out port to hook it up to a TV, headphone ports, and a USB-C charging port. So that's pretty cool. And I did do a test here for you guys. I've got to do it with one hand, but you can see that the HDMI out to a TV does work. There were a couple things that happened, but I'll address those later in the review. But for the most part, you can hook it up to a TV. I want to show you guys as well some of the emulators real quick. I'll go through a bunch of them later at the end of the video, but I just wanted to show you how well it looked. Now, I am able to capture the footage because it had HDMI output, which is cool. Now I'm going to show you TurboGrafx 16 now. This is where the HDMI thing becomes a problem, because on the TurboGrafx 16 and the Sega Genesis, those two systems, I don't know why, when it goes through the HDMI into the TV, the audio suffers and it stutters. I don't know why, but when it's in handheld mode, when you're playing it how it's supposed to be played, it sounds fine. So take that into consideration. And of course, your PlayStation 1 emulators that run like butter. So good. What? So I was super impressed with this system, and it plays really good. The LCD screen is good, but how does that LCD look outside in bright weather? What I want to show you guys here is that the screen is pretty bright, right? I was supposed to do this on lunch, but I never eat at lunch. I'm always working. So come out here, let's see what it looks like in the sun. We live in, where are we at? Tell them where we're at.
New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico.
It's pretty dark. I mean, it's pretty hot.
Bright.
And a lot of sun. So how does this hold up? Can you still see that in the sun?
Yeah. Clear as day.
Yeah, let me see. Let's get this going here. Okay, can you see it?
Easily.
I don't know if you can see it.
You can't.
Not on that?
No.
I can see it here. Like I could, we're talking the brightest sun, right? And I feel like I could still play this easy. It might not read on that camera though.
No, it's just, I see the reflection.
Oh, is it the reflection? What if I tilt it?
No, it's just a black screen.
Okay, now, if you found some shade, even better. Look at that. Can you see it or no?
Yeah, I can.
I did eventually get a better camera and tested it out in the daytime, and as you can tell, it looks really good.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's the. It's just a Latino. It's kind of trendy, but and then this right here is a workbench and a miter saw.
You guys are both in my review now.
All right.
All three of you. So all in all, I'm super impressed with this game console. The review is far from over, but I just want to say this. As a handheld, as what it's made to do, to play retro on the go, it's perfect. It's I loved it. It runs emulation super well. Even the double jump in the Revenge of Shinobi was spot on. I had no issues with it, and I'm super happy with this console. It does have some more features what I talk about, but there are some things, if you try to make it more than what that is, that's where things get kind of convoluted. But I'm going to go over all that. But I'm going to leave a link in the description down below where you can purchase it. I think they cost about $170, I'm not sure. And if you use that link, I think you can get it for 80 bucks. 80 bucks is a steal if you ask me for all these games right at your hand. And I put a 128 gig card into the machine, so I was able to put all kinds of ROMs, and it handled pretty much everything I threw at it. But it also does come with, like, you know, you can change the wallpaper of your, you know, the whole layout. There's also like pre-made, I guess, themes you could say. But I like this a red one that is coming up here, and that's kind of what I stuck with it. But what I want to talk about is all the controllers. I tried to make it 2-player, or when you hook it up to an HDMI to a TV, you could use a controller, and I did achieve it, but there were some issues that we had. I did have to buy that USB-C out to USB so I could hook up those controllers. So it works. Just make sure you're not hooked up to your PlayStation, because it can be controlling your PlayStation and your thing at the same time. The test to show you that you can get it to work just one player. That's it. Which is kind of cool if I go on a trip and I want to play some retro or something. I can just hook this up. So I was able to wired hook up all these different controllers to it without any problem, that being from the Sony PlayStation Classic, that last one you've seen there. One thing I could not do was get it to connect wirelessly to any controllers. So I use that 8-bit Dode because I like the PS4 controller better than the Nintendo Switch. It would not hook up. I tried different things. There's actually a YouTube channel I like a lot called Mad Little Pixel, and I bet you if you guys watch him in the future, he'll find a way to hook up wireless controllers to this thing, and maybe if he's watching it, he'll accept the challenge, because if anyone's gonna do it, he's gonna be able to do it. It's kind of messed up, but trust me, you can play this 1-player, no problem. I have it set to 2-player. You just can't play. That's the bad thing. This can only be a 1-player device unless they came out with different emulators that had those things. So, I mean, you could play 2-player if you wanted. That would be crazy. I should do a run of this game and see if I can't win with this craziness. So I do think it's something with the emulation if it had different settings, but I was able to connect it to my capture card as well. So I'm showing you guys that I was able to capture that footage that you've seen earlier and what you're gonna see when I go through all the consoles. But one thing I couldn't do was I couldn't hook it up to a big screen like a 4K TV. I could, and I could see it, but I couldn't get the audio to work, and I'm not sure why. When I hook it up to like a 720 or 1080, it was just fine. But like I said, you still ran into that problem where you hook up the HDMI out, and on the Genesis and the TurboGrafx 16, it was choppy audio.
Yeah, there's still audio problems, so it's really going to depend on the emulator again, which is the big issue with just connecting that way, but the audio is not that bad. It's better than at games.
And of course, every emulation thing, whether you're playing it on the Wii U or the PC, you have your glitches, you have stupid weird things happen, but for the most part, I didn't run into a lot of that. This thing's been trying to power off for like 10 minutes. Sometimes there's a lot of glitches like this. So when I went out of the game and went back in it, they didn't have any audio. There's always like these little glitches, man. Why is that? So basically, it has its little glitches that it happens to. There's a hard reset button on the bottom, but you know, it wasn't a game breaker. And if you like played it normally, loaded up a game, everything ran fine. Once in a while, you had some issues. I watched John Riggs' review on it. Me and John are friends, and I don't know what happened to his. His took forever to load up. I never had any loading issues. It just loaded up really well. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna show you guys now. I'll leave you with a bunch of just some gameplay from the different emulators so you guys can make your own decision. For me, I have been playing this thing nonstop. Totally loved it. And again, I'll leave a link in the description below. Please comment on the video, like it, share it out if you like these types of videos. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
No mercy. Attack.